Today is indeed all about giving us each a dose of a little medicine. We all need that today. In celebration of this glorious man's birthday, Langston Hughes, born February 1st, 1901. Langston was a poet. Langston loved the humanities. But more importantly, Langston loved and longed for justice. Langston was truth. Langston spoke the truth. Langston was the truth. He gave voice to a people he loved, a people scorned and striving to gain their own voices. Langston saw beauty when it was not always so easy to see. You see, Langston was beauty. Langston was lonely, but not alone. Langston used his voice and his imagination to summon the chorus of voices of our ancestors. He reminded us of our strength. He reminded us of our swagger. He reminded us of our grace. And he reminded us of our worth. Langston saw himself all of who he was. Langston loved all of who he was. Langston saw himself in the reflection of others. Langston, we love you. Happy birthday, my man. Hello, everybody. My name is Joe Wilson, Jr., and for 18 years now, I have been introducing myself as a member of the resident acting company at Trinity Rep, and I am proud to come to you today to introduce you to me as the new Director of Art, Culture, and Tourism for the City of Providence. Thank you. And I just want to say that I stand on the shoulders of Cliff, I stand on the shoulders of Lynn, I stand on the shoulders of Stephanie, and more importantly, I stand on the shoulders of my dear friend Lizzie, and Gina, and Micah, and everybody in that department that has helped make things happen for the artists in the City of Providence. I would like to kick off today's program by reading a poem by Langston that was written in 1951 called Consider Me. And I would like to offer this poem up to kick us off today as a prayer for Memphis, as a prayer for Tyree Nichols, and as a calling for us all to see each other and to consider me. Consider me, a colored boy, once 16, once 5, once 3, once nobody, now me. Before me, Papa, Mama, Grandpa, Grandma, so on back to original Pa. A capital letter there, he, being mystery. Consider me, a colored boy downtown at 8, sometimes working late, overtime paid to sport away or save, or give my sugar for the things she needs. My sugar. Consider her, who works too, has to. One don't make enough for all the stuff it takes to live. Forgive me what I lack. Black, caught in a crack that splits the world in two from China by way of Arkansas to Lenox Avenue. Consider me. On Friday, the eagle flies. Saturday, laughter, a bar, a bed. Sunday, prayers, syncopate in glory. Monday comes, to work at 8. Late. Maybe. Consider me descended also from the mystery. Thank you.
Ballad of the Seven Songs. 7 letters, 7 songs. The 7 letters. F, R, E, E, D, O, M. Spell freedom. The 7 songs capture segments of its history in terms of Black America. 7 songs, 7 names. Cujo, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington, Dr. Carver, Jackie.
7 men and women, from unrecorded slavery to recorded freedom. Emancipation Day, 7 songs, 7 men, 7 letters that spell freedom. It was an easy name to give a slave, so they called him Cujo. There were 4 million Cujos before emancipation came.
What did it mean to be a slave? That you could not choose your own son's name, nor your own son's father or mother, nor your own son's home, or work, or way of life, nor indeed could you choose your own, nor choose to have or not to have a son. No part of life itself or self belonged to Cujo, slave. To Cujo, slave. Only a dream belonged. 7 letters spelled the dream. F, R, E, E, D, O, M. Freedom! But in the cane fields, in the rice fields, in the bondage of the cotton, in the deep dark of the captive heart, sometimes freedom seems so far away than the farmost star, so far, that only over Jordan was there a dream called freedom. Cujo's song was
Deep river, my home is over Jordan. Deep river, Lord, I want to cross over, but you have without a word. Freedom was the dark swamp cross, and death defied. Fear laid aside, and a song that whispered, "Ooh," and while it whispered, cried, "Oh, freedom, freedom over me. Before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free." Harriet Tubman, slave. She wanted to be free. She heard of that word with 7 letters. She could not read the word, nor spell the word, but she smelled the word, tasted the word. On the north wind heard the word, and she saw it in a star. Before I be a slave, I be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. That's right. Sojourner Truth, slave. She wanted to be free. Her sons and daughters sold away. Still, she wanted to be free. She said, "I look up at the stars. My children look up at the stars. They don't want to be where I do. And I don't know where they be." God said, "Sojourner, go free. Go free, free, freedom, free." Before I be a slave, I be buried in my grave. Before emancipation, thousands of slaves made their way to freedom through swamp and prayer and field and hill, by the dark of night, prayer guided, star guided by that human that makes men love, a word called freedom. And the deep river was not Jordan, but the Ohio. Home was not heaven, but the north. North Star, north. Frederick Douglass called his paper the North Star. Douglass had made his way to freedom. Sojourner Truth made her way to freedom. Harriet Tubman made her way to freedom. Then she went back into slavery land, and back again, and back again, and again, and again, each time bringing a brand of slave, once who were slaves, slaves no more, to freedom. Yes. Before the Civil War, long before 61, before emancipation, freedom had begun. That's right. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Toil on Pharaoh, to let my people go. Linking arms for freedom with one-time slaves, with Douglass, Harriet, Sojourner, where Whittier, Garrison, Lovejoy, Law, great Americans who believed in all men being free, and thousands more went too, but not so famous, dared arrest and scorn and persecution that black men might be free. The stations of the Underground Railroad to freedom became many, and the North Star found 1,000,000 friends. And of that time a book was born, Uncle Tom's Cabin. And a spirit was born, John Brown, and the song was born. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling at the vintage where the grapes of life is born. He has loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. And a war was born. John Brown's body lies, a moldering in the grave. His soul goes marching on. And a voice to set the nation right. With malice toward none, with charity for all. Lincoln, in the beauty of the lilies, Christ was born across the sea. Abraham, with a glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. Lincoln, as he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free. Abraham, while God is marching on. Lincoln, in giving freedom to the slave, we assure freedom
Abraham. No man is good enough to govern another man without the other's consent. Lincoln, I do ordain thenceforth and forever free. But the fields still need planting,
And the canes still need cutting, and the cotton still needed picking. The old mule still needed a hand to guide the plow.
the cotton need picking, so bad, so bad. Gonna glean over this field, and the riverboats, the song, roar that bell, boy, roar that bell.
Up to the river to Memphis, Cairo, St. Louis. Work and song, stevedores, foundrymen, bricklayers, builders, makers, section hands, railroad shakers.
They ain't no hell but the mountain ring like mine, boys. Ring like mine.
Freedom is a mighty word, but not an easy word. You have to hold freedom. And as somebody said, maybe you have to win it all over again every generation. There are no color lines in freedom, but not all free are free. Still, it's a long step from Cujo, slave. From Harriet Tubman, slave. From Sojourner Truth, slave. Frederick Douglass, slave. Who had to run away to freedom. It's a long step from Booker T. Washington to building Tuskegee. To Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois, building a culture for America. It's a long step from Cujo, slave. Holman Cotton to George Washington Carver, one slave. Giving his discoveries in agricultural chemistry to the world. It's a long song from
Before I be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave.
To Dorothy Manor singing to Queen Elizabeth. It's a long step from Cujo, slave. To Jackie Robinson hitting a home.
Yet, to some, freedom is still only part of the word. Yet, the letters are missing. Yet, it's enough of a word to lay hands on and to lay hands on and hope. Are y'all alive? To lay hands on and hope. Amen. It's enough of a word to be a universal star, not just a North Star anymore. Thenceforth and forever free. Oh, freedom, freedom over me. Before I be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord.
To worship at the altar of beauty, to feel her loveliness and pain, to thrill at the wonder of her gorgeous moon over the sharp, swift, silver words of falling rain, to walk in a golden garden when an autumn sun has almost set, when near night's purple splendor shimmers to a star-shine net, to worship at the altar of beauty is a pleasure divine, not given to the many, many, but to fools who drink beauty's wine, not given to the many, many, but to fools who seek no other goddess nor grapes plucked from another's wine.
He carries his own strength and his own laughter, his own today and his own hereafter. This strong young sailor of the wide seas. What is money to spend, he says, and wine to drink, and women to love, and today for joy, and the green sea for strength, and the brown land for laughter, and nothing hereafter.
Change. The moon is fat and old tonight, yellow and gross with pain. The moon is fat and old tonight, but she'll be young again. Whereas my love, who's fair and sweet, my love who's sweet and fair, will wither like the autumn rose in winter air.
Summer night, and my name is Moses. Yeah. The sands of the Harlem nights drop one by one into stillness. The last player piano is closed. The last Victrola ceases with Jazz Boy Blues. The last crying baby sleeps, and the night becomes still as a whispering heartbeat. I toss without rest in the darkness, weary as the tired night. My soul empty as the silence. empty with a vague, empty, arching emptiness, desiring, needing someone, something. I toss without rest in the darkness until the new dawn, long and clear, descends like a white mist into the courtyard.
I could take the Harlem night and wrap around it. Take the neon lights and make a crown. Take the Lenox Avenue buses, taxi subways, and for your love song, tone their bubble down. Take Harlem's heartbeat, make a drum beat, put it on a record, let it whirl. And while we listen to it play, dance with you till day. Dance with you, my sweet brown Harlem girl.
Mr. White man, how can it be? You sleep with my sister, yet you won't shake hands with me. Miss White Lady, tell me, if you can, why you hard work my mother, yet take my brother for your man. White lady, what's your story anyway? You love me in the nighttime and hate me in the day. Dixie, Dixie, Dixie. What made you do me like you do? But I guess if I were white, I would act the same way too.
I take my dreams and make of them a bronze vase and a wide, round fountain with a beautiful statue at its center, and a song with a broken heart. And I ask you, do you understand my dreams? Sometimes you say you do, and sometimes you say you don't. But it doesn't matter. I continue to dream.
Two things. Two things possess the power. Two things deserve the name. Two things can reawaken perpetually the flame. Two things are full of wonder. Two things cast off all shame. One is known by the name of death, and the other has no name, except the name each gives it, in every mouth the same.
I've sat on the park benches in Paris, hungry. I've sat on the park benches in New York, hungry. And I've said, I want a job. I want to work. And I've been told there are no jobs. There is no work. So I've sat on the park benches, hungry. Midwinter, hungry days. No jobs, no work.
Freedom seeker. My name is Bernadette Fitzwiley. Hold on, just a little while longer. Hold on, just a little while longer. Hold on, everything is gonna be alright. I see a woman with wings trying to escape from a cage, and the cage door has fallen on her wings, which drag on the ground when she stands up. But she hasn't enough strength, not enough strength, to pull them away. From the weight of the cage door, she is caught and held by her wings. Hold on.
In times of stormy weather, she felt queer pain that said, "You'll find rain better than shelter from the rain." Days filled with fiery sunshine, strange hurt she knew that made her seek the burning sunlight rather than the shade. In months of snowy winter, when cozy houses hold, she'd break down doors to wander naked in the cold.
Worldwide dusk of dear dark faces, driven before an alien wind, scattered like seed from far off places, growing in soil that's strange and thin. Hybrid plants in another's garden, flowers in a land that's not your own. Cut by the shears of the white-faced gardeners, tell them to leave you alone.
Sam Solomon. Sam Solomon said, "You may call out the clan. You must have forgot
that a Negro is a man. It was down in Miami a few years ago. Negroes never voted, but Sam said it's time to go to the polls election day and make your choice known, because a vote is not restricted to white folks alone. The fact we never voted in the past is something that surely ain't due to last. Sam Solomon called on every colored man to qualify and register and take a stand and be up and out and ready on election day to vote at the polls, come what may. The crackers said, Sam, if you carry this through, ain't no telling what we will do to you. Sam Solomon answered, I don't pay you no mind. The crackers said, boy, are you deaf, dumb, and blind? Sam Solomon said, I am. Neither one nor the other, but we intend to vote on election day, brother. The crackers said, Sam, are you a fool or a dunce? Sam Solomon said, a man can't die at once. They called out the Klan. They had a parade, but Sam Solomon was not afraid. On election day, he led his colored delegation to take the rightful part in the voting of the nation. The crackers thought the Ku Klux Klan was tough, but the Negroes in Miami called it bluff. Sam Solomon said, go get out your Klan. But you must have forgotten, a Negro is a man.
No money to bury him, the relief gave 44. The undertaker told them, you'll need 60 more for a first-class funeral, a horse and 2 cars, and maybe your friends will send you some flowers. His wife took a paper and went all around, and everybody that gave something, she put them down. She ranked up 100 for her man that was dead. His buddies brought flowers and a funeral we had. A minister preaching and charged 5 to bless him dead.
Vagabonds. We are the desperate who do not
have nowhere to eat, no place to sleep, the tearless who cannot weep. Tired. I'm so tired of waiting, aren't you? For the world to become good and beautiful and kind. Let us take a knife and cut the world in two and see what worms are eating at the ride.
Thanksgiving time, when the night winds whistle through the trees, blow the crisp brown leaves a crackling down, when the autumn moon is big and yellow, orange, and round, when old Jack Frost is sparkling on the ground, it's Thanksgiving time, when the pantry jars are full of mincemeat, and the shelves are laden with sweet spices for a cake. When the butcher man sends up a turkey, nice and fat to bake. When the stores are crammed with everything ingenious cooks can make. It's Thanksgiving time. When the gales of coming winter outside your window howl, and when the air is sharp and cheery, so it drives away your scowl. When one's appetite craves turkey and will have no other fun, it's Thanksgiving time.
How thin a blanket. There's so much misery in the world. So much poverty and pain. So many who have no food nor shelter from the rain. So many wandering friendless. So many facing the cold. So many gnawing bitter bread and growing old. What can I do? And you? What can we do alone? Oh, short away the few spare crumbs we have will go. No handshake anywhere. How short a reach the hand stretched out to those who. No handshake anywhere. How little help our love when they themselves no longer care. How thin a blanket ours for the withered body of despair.
to a hungry child. Hungry child, I didn't make this world for you. You didn't buy any stock in my railroad. You didn't invest in my corporation. Where are your shares in Standard Oil? I make the world for the rich, and the will be rich, and the have always been rich. Not for you, hungry child.
Widow woman, oh, that last long ride is a ride everybody must take. Yes, that last long ride's a ride everybody must take. And that final stop is a stop everybody must make. When they put you in the ground and they throw the dirt in your face, I say, put you in the ground and throw dirt in your face. That's one time, pretty papa, you'll sure stay in your place. You was a mighty lover, and you ruled me many years. A mighty lover, baby, 'cause you ruled me many years. If I live to be 1,000, I'll never dry these tears. I don't want nobody else, and don't nobody else want me. I say I don't want nobody else, and don't nobody else want me. Yet you never can tell when a woman like me is free. This is a man's world. This is a man's world. But it would be nothing, yeah, without a woman or a girl.
This puzzles me. They think we're simple children. Watermelon in the sun, shooting dice and shouting, always having fun. They think we're simple children. Grown up never be, but other simple children seem simpler than we. Other simple children play with bombs for toys, kill and slaughter every day, make a frightful noise, strew the world with misery, stain the earth with blood, slay and maim each other, and evidently think it good. For when we, dark-skinned children, try to search for right and light, these other simple children think it isn't right, unless it's white. Talmadge down in Georgia and Eastland in Washington seem to feel that all we need is melanin in the sun. They think we're simple children, simpler than they. But why they think it is a puzzle when you see their world today.
gonna have y'all snap for me a little bit, you know? Let's get into the music a little bit. I can definitely say it's been a real long week and a trying weekend. I had a best friend lose his father yesterday morning. I just got a call before I got here that one of my classmates at Providence College isn't doing so well, so pray for him. And then I got a text while I'm sitting there that one of my good friend's mother is taking her last couple of breaths. So I say all that to say this: art and poetry and music is a healer. There's no way I should be able to play a note right now the way I feel in my heart, but sitting here and listening to the articulation and the passion and the feeling out of everybody right here has fueled me to make it through these next few hours. So for that, I say thank you. I also say do not ever, ever, ever let art die. And without art, without music, without poetry, without self-expression, we'll be nothing. Our kids will be nothing. So make sure no matter what you do, you're always sharing your soul. It may not be the best, you may not be the most perfect poet or the most perfect musician, but music is an expression of your heart and of your soul. So just let that flow, let that go, because you never know who you might touch. You never know whose soul you might not be able to carry through that day. Like, I thank you all for helping me make it through today. So keep doing what you're doing. Every single person that's in this building, keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate you. All right?
I just want you to know I'm a rainbow too. My body said it best. When the music hits, you feel no pain. Guess you gotta live live to respect it.